All right, recap.
It did
We're rolling.
Session
Everybody roll a
kind of a
d20.
session. Right?
Yep. He got
Babe,
the
I'm not talking.
composer.
One.
Oh my god.
Who's the ass?
You can roll, Frank, if you want.
I mean, I didn't roll, but I assumed I wasn't here for 2 sessions.
Oh, fair enough.
17.
All right.
Definitely not.
Shit. Wait, I rolled a 5 and I'm doing the recap. God
Wait,
damn
I
it.
rolled a 1. That's either a critical failure or a critical switch.
I don't think there's any rules for that. I don't think there's any rules for that. I think it's just for nat 20s. So,
All right.
what happened last session? We started in the middle of the fight. Just a general recap of everything that happened. For Blubba, we went up a mountain. Goib and the Goib and Carrick got in a little hissy fit. The Goib took away Carrick's powers because Carrick wouldn't turn all the golems into weapons. And then we went up this mountain. There was a mountain puzzle. We, for whatever reason, trusted this homeless gnoll-looking creature, and it betrayed us, kind of, because it needed to pull a lever, and it was going to loot our corpses because a bunch of Shalinstians were coming. We killed the Shalinstians, and then start of last session, we were mid-combat with the Shalinstians. We all did some badass shit. Flint did the warding wind that caught all the arrows. The wolves just grabbed people and chucked them off with like Wilhelm screams. It was very cool. Yeah, Damien did a lot
Not
of cool.
all of us.
The only person that didn't do cool shit was your character, Captain.
That's correct, yes.
And the kids are all safe. And then we went through the puzzle after we killed all the Shalinstians. We had some interrogation with the Shalinstians, but we didn't learn anything. And then we
we did. We got the name of the last Vice Admiral.
Oh, apologies. We got the name of the last Vice Admiral, but aside from that, we didn't learn anything useful. So then we went through the door after killing all the Shalinstians, and we went to the cove, and there were 2 ships. One of those ships had Carrick's honey, and the other ship had everyone else's honey. The pirate that brought us here. Remember the cool badass pirate? We see him again. Yeah, very badass first name, Timothy. And we ended the session with us seeing them and waving, and we're approaching. Kick us off, Frankie.
What? Is it? It just is the circular part down, or is the foot part down? Okay. It does look like it's okay.
Carrot, is that your girlfriend?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, it's me. I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are you gonna go talk to her?
Well, Frank, do I see anything else? Any other movement? Yeah. Mhm. There aren't any other like people or any creatures or anything. Well, I guess at the very least we should be able to get on that ship. Looks like good old Captain Muller over there.
Why is Mullard here?
I don't
That's a
know.
good
Maybe she'll
question.
know.
Probably
Does-
to pick up the crystal boxes.
Hey, Frank. Do I recognize the name Captain Timothy Mullard? Okay.
Either way, we can always ask him. I wonder if he's excited to see us again. But we can always ask him.
Well, that's not too bad, I suppose.
He might not have
Yeah.
recognized us.
We've had
We look
worse
kind of fucked.
reactions, let's be honest.
For whatever reason, I am doubtful he did not recognize me.
Oh, I can't imagine why you'd think that, Master, but I suggest we head towards the ship where, at the very least, maybe there's only one person doesn't want to kill all of you, but maybe me. We'll see. I don't know.
Why would she be so mad at you?
Well, well, let's just see how this plays out. We might have to repeat it. Yeah, I guess I head towards her and I kind of signal everybody else. I go towards her.
Just checking. She doesn't have any weapons in her hands, right? Got hidden dagger.
'How
Does
far
anything
away-
seem off to me about her demeanor? Okay. Fuck. Oh, fuck. A 27. Okay. I start walking forward, I keep my arms at my sides, and yeah, so yep, it's good to see you. No, I just brace for it. A lot. Probably a lot. Yeah, that's, have this discussion a little bit later. Because I was stupid and foolish and coward.
Hi,
Kira waves.
Hello. I am
Miss.
Avon.
To like make things a little clearer, all of us were forced to come here, including Carrick.
No, I mean, I appreciate that, Brother Flynn, but, Cyril. Well, you remember, like, a few days ago when I sent you a message magically through my mind? Oh, well, okay, yeah, there's... that's a thing. Okay, so do you know how pissed off you are at me right now? Yeah, so, well, my god is, pretty pissed off at me as well. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, he gave me magical powers. So... took them away. Hey, can any of you back me up real quick?
I gesture to my 3 god wolves.
Hello.
I'll,
Oh.
He's trying to explain to you, and you're doubting everything
nothing
he says.
that he
I
said
look at
is
her
a
and I just-
lie.
Sort of like cut, like the finger across the throat, like do not antagonize her.
I put my hand on Carrick's shoulder, and as I'm talking to her, I cast enhance ability on him to give him persuasion rolls help. Eagle Splendor. So now he has advantage on all stuff like that, and I say, yeah, and then I put my hand forward and I say, my name's Damien. I'm a friend of Carrick's. He's a good ally, and yeah, we met within the month here. I have a deep voice.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Wait. Are we coming with him?
Yeah. So
Hello.
We
I
can
am
explain to you
Avon.
if you want.
Well,
Hello.
yes. He's. Well, it can. Hey, Bot, could you make a fire real quick? That might at least
No, don't.
just
do
on the
that.
beach. It's
Don't.
fine. Not like on anyone, just, on a random corner.
Carrick, I do not believe she needs any further proof of her magical
fine.
ability.
Fine.
But, like, to explain just a little bit, we're technically all quote-unquote magicians, at least Carrick was when we started our journey.
Yeah, everyone can do magic stuff.
I'll do this with my fingers. I can snap my fingers and make a little flame appear in my hand.
It's a while.
Oh God.
6 months. Well, I just said it was taken away from me. I mean, Abot, can you please just make a fire? Oh boy. Lady Kira, can you make your wolves appear and disappear? Just somebody do something, Austin.
I cast light on Carrick,
Thank you.
and it's the most holy looking light you've ever seen.
So, okay.
When she turns around, oh, sorry.
She's actually a very good smith.
I don't see how that's relevant.
Carrick, you need to
Her
apologize
attitude is very
to
on
this
point for the
woman.
people of the market.
I was trying. She kept changing the subject on me.
Damien just smiles and says, if she thought my voice was a big deal, could you imagine what she would have reacted to 2 weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
+1, baby.
That's a... Ooh. Okay.
Oh, 13.
I'm proficient in insight. So let's get on this ship before it leaves without us, and then maybe we can figure out the rest later.
Real quick, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. Go ahead.
Is there someone nearby that isn't associated with this boat? Or is, maybe? Okay, who...
So do we want to talk with Captain Timothy before we board the other ship, or are we
I
just
would
gonna
like
ignore
to,
him?
but this lady seems kind of crazy. I think she might tell them to leave without us.
Carrick,
I mean,
She's not crazy. She's just as aggressive as literally everyone in the market.
We also
she
need...
reminds me a bit of Carrick.
Not a fan, gotta say.
so I kind of left her without talking to her. This was before we were sort of kidnapped by Cyriel. So
Oh,
it's a long story. 50 days, you said?
She's
Gotcha.
she's really
Can I say
playing.
that I have, since I've been literally writing every single day on that note? No, I know. I said I am doing it. I'm asking if I can say that Flint did. Yeah, it's a noodle thing, but can I say that I know or not? All right. All right. So yeah, let's board a ship. If we can talk to Timothy Muller. I don't know if the ship's gonna keep going with us. If so, then we'll talk during the journey or something. We'll figure it out. Also, you should really apologize to her, Carrick.
Look,
Yeah, you
I'm
really
trying
should.
Like,
to.
frankly.
I will. I just didn't really get an opportunity there.
Preferably within the next like 55 minutes.
Before we get killed in our sleep.
Right.
Derek, this is very important.
What's that?
Please. We need
Yes.
her on our side. We are
Okay.
traveling back.
Avon just looks kind of bemused and just starts walking onto the ship.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
$27. Natural 20.
7.
Me.
Looks like Sarah did.
Not me.
Flint did with a 27. I'm not sure
got
if
an
you guys
18.
are being able to hear me or not.
Yep.
Interesting.
Oh.
Blind ass bitch. Abot looks around. Oh, does anyone
So we're-
notably look like a captain? It was the lady she just got done talking to. Like sense of authority, like the way that they're acting confidently and like Okay.
Probably the blonde woman.
Yeah, Abot's just gonna try to approach the blonde woman.
I would like to follow Abot if that's okay.
Oh,
I would like to follow Abot if that's okay. Yep, I will follow Abot.
Hello. Who is the captain on this ship? That is wonderful to hear. I am Abot. This is Flint. This is untrue. Events have transpired. Regardless, what is your own name? As I said
Miss
before,
Captain,
events
my
have
name's Flint.
transpired.
yeah.
Apologize.
Flint said that. Abot did say what he said. Didn't. Apologies. It was a little confusing because of how mics work.
Miss, simple as this. We, coming down, came across a platoon of Shalinsians. They were bringing crystals. They did not finish their destination. Are the boxes destined to you? No, I said that the boxes did not reach the destination. We have them with us. That's what I mean. They didn't come here. Are the boxes yours or not? Do you want them? Yes, I did.
Can we get a like how to spell her name? Oh, thank you. Never mind.
Kira was letting the kids play around on the beach for a little bit, but everybody starts yelling, so she's like, "Oh shit!" and she starts
Frank.
directing them up to the gangplank.
Hey, Frank. When we were walking to the boat and sort of walking up the gang, did we see a name on the boat? Okay. Can I reasonably like would I have to get into the water to look at it, or can I? All right, I'll just stay on the boat for now. So did you say that my Boothang went below deck? Or she's okay. So we're all on the boat except for the kids right now, right?
Yay!
Now, would you describe this as like a boat that maybe could also, in a cinch, act as a wagon? Like one might call it a wagon boat.
Well, I don't. It's too big for horses to.
We don't have
Big
horses
horses.
anymore, do we?
We still have the horses. We just
Oh.
don't have the wagon boat.
Oh, right. Man,
Okay, if my horses don't fit on this ship, I'm not getting on.
we need fucking Abot needs to learn fucking create food because we don't run out.
They can eat apples. That's fine.
Yeah, where are we getting apples on the ocean?
I'm sorry,
I
I'm
mean,
a warlock. I can't
I-
make food.
I don't know why they wouldn't have food on the ship.
Well, they
provision.
might not have anticipated for like a fucking small like.
We also still have rations for like
We do.
multiple
No.
days.
I do not.
We can fish. It's a boat.
I did
That's true.
math
We'll fish. It's
on
fine.
how many rations I had, and I used up all of them, feeding all of the children and all of you people.
Carrick's gonna need to get his food powers back pretty quick, or we're gonna have to eat those fucking horses.
We are fucking not eating the fucking
I
horses.
think we're starting with eating the children.
Hey, what?
Oh my god.
Are we waiting for something?
We're
He's drawing
Frank's
a
drawing this
picture.
ship.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
on a question.
Come on, pay attention.
No, I am on tabletop. I just
He's
didn't know we
fucking
were stopping
sucking
for you to
dicks.
draw.
He's jerking off 2 dicks at the same time.
Are these stairs? Excellent. This is a very good drawing.
I tried so. Yes, 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 queen.
You stop it.
Bitch slay.
Yeah, I will physically fight these people if I have to.
Jesus.
We can't leave our pocket snacks behind.
God.
Come on, kids, we're leaving. Hurry up. Gotta go. Careful, careful, don't fall off.
What? I mean, that's a long story. Is this in reference? The short version is that the gods are waging a war, and if we don't do something, our way of life and possibly all life as we know it will be exterminated. Did you not see those magic deer wolf? Did you not see that man just make me shine bright like a diamond? Because look, I would love to show you my powers. Unfortunately, due to some really shitty irony, I don't have the ability to do that right now. I do. I follow.
Are the kids and I all up on the ship now? Oh, good.
In the background, we can hear a distant.
Wait, what? Oh, I get it.
Well, he does have advantage on persuasion for a while, so.
True, true. If anyone knows that reference.
Ah, fucking boomer.
Bless you.
Thank you. Are the circles? Okay. The short version is there is a potential apocalypse coming. Myself and my companions have partially chosen by God, some not, to help fight against it. That's the short version. Okay. Ooh, it's a 13. Oh shit! I gotta roll well. Oh, wait, is that
That's
cocked?
cocked.
Yeah. Okay. I got. What is my
Oh,
persuasion?
it's been a while since I've seen a dice cock like that.
It happens
Yeah,
like
that's
every
pretty
session.
fucked.
Hmm.
I rolled a persuasion that is good. So, wait, is that? I rolled 2 13s. If I can add them, it's a 26. If not, it's a 13. 13. No, 13. Look, I apologize. Look, so first, I don't blame you. I initially no. I left. That's on me. However, as I had left, Cyril basically Cyril wanted us to go to Shalinsta to learn about these. Um, you've seen them in the market. They power a lot of stuff. Um, Cyril sent myself and some of those companions. One of them is no longer. Um, however, that didn't go according to plan. Um, in the process, I was contacted by Goibniu, who told me that some of the gods, himself, excuse me, Freya, Kothar, don't really know who Orim is, um, but there's a few that are trying to protect what is currently on this plane, and there are others, Savris, Helm, Malesh, and they are working to, seems like, create undeath sort of across the land. There's a lot we don't really. And Goibniu took my power. I told might use the Sebrassian golem, give them all sentience, and then bombs. I said I didn't feel comfortable. That wouldn't be my first option, but I might do it. That wasn't good enough for him, so he took my powers away. Is it cutting out?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to give me a second, I'll get my Ethernet cord and I'll just hardwire.
Wonderful.
Okay. Give me a second.
it's not bad enough to where we can't understand what you're saying, and inference with context clues, but
It.
Well, I want to hear all of it. So
Yeah.
you
Hang
get
on. Let
that
me.
for fun.
I'm just gonna get my Ethernet cord real quick.
Yeah.
I think Captain's being a bitch. bitch. Wait, but they were only together for 6 months? That's so
Yeah, she
fucking
needs
funny.
to dump him.
That's what I said. She's clingy as shit.
She needs to dump him. She does not deserve to be treated like that.
Well, I see.
He didn't know, so he made up a number. Is what really happened.
Well, either way, because of that retcon, she is clingy as fuck. Gets ghosted and yeah.
To be
Bitch,
fair,
slow your roll.
she's from the market. It's okay. We're all crazy.
Yeah.
Classic Carnegian.
Bunch of uncivilized bastards.
Uncivilized swine.
So we're gonna have to move to Captain Timothy's boat because I fucked up.
I mean,
Hello?
it would have been revealed other way.
Hello?
Okay,
Yo.
if Timothy
Hello.
wasn't here to pick up the crystals, why the fuck is he here?
Because he's a bro, and he knew this was happening.
Yep. Okay. So so we don't. Oh yeah. So Gwynny, you took my powers. I am going to try and get them back. Either through him or through one of the other gods that appears to be on the not kill everyone side. Yep. So, according to Goibniu, he cannot, or he does not, and a little unclear, he will not directly act in this plane. He will use his power to bestow power onto others. Those giant wolf deer things are a gift from Freya to Lady Kira. That they are tools to help her. The golem, he has been gifted some magic as well, but it appears as though either they can't or they won't directly act. Maybe it's some sort of understood agreement where if one god acts directly, then all hell breaks loose, both literally and figuratively. I don't know, but can I pull out? I have 3 alchemist journals. Can I pull out? I'd like to pull out the alchemist journals and just show her that these are something we came across. The children that you see there, we rescued them from a Shalinstian black site where they were. Yeah. No. They were. Well, yes and no. The Shalinstians were experimenting on the children. Try and yes. Well, we killed the people who were experimenting. We killed some of them who were experimenting on, and then we kept them because, I mean, they're children and they don't have anywhere to go. Yeah, that was the plan, at least for now. It is. I agree. Cyril's kind of out of the picture at this point. So initially, myself and the others were kidnapped to act as Cyril for his own machinations. At this point, we're sort of beyond the whole Cyril. We're sort of in so much as while Cyril is powerful, there's bigger things going. I mean, Cyril is definitely a part of this. Don't get me wrong, but there's a bigger picture. Firstly, again, I want to apologize for leaving. Secondly, there's not much to say. Cyril, basically threatened us as well as our loved ones if we didn't acquiesce to his demands. Actually, as far as he's concerned, we're dead. At least that's what we hope he thinks. We don't know. We hope to keep it that way if he does in fact think that. But we were... Well, yes, but we need to go to the market to try and enlist the aid of some of the dwarven clans. I try and put my hands on, because you said she's just sitting down, right? I get close to her. I kind of kneel down. I grab. Yeah, I know. Still, I kneel down and I grab her hand. Look, I know this is a lot. Okay, and frankly, it's why I wanted to keep you out of it. I mean, someone that I cared about was killed by a giant frog monster. It's been a rough couple of months. I'm doing this for you. I'm trying to keep the world from ending for you, for us. This is a lot, I know. I love you, and I expect you to probably be pissed and angry at me for at least a few days, if not longer. It's a lot, but it's true. And ultimately, right now I don't have any powers. I can't do anything magical, but even if I can't, I'm going to keep doing this because, I genuinely believe that is making a difference, and it will help to keep the world from getting any shittier than it currently is. I don't say anything. I'm gonna wait until she does something or says something. Well, if you want proof, I mean, it's fairly easy, at least to some degree. Well, I can show you that basically everyone else in my party can do magical shit. That's a start. So what do you think? Let me ask you something. What do you think is more reasonable? That a man that you've known for months and months, who has been fairly reliable until recently, who has been someone that you've loved, has gone crazy and gotten a bunch of circus performers to do a bunch of magic acts, or that what he's saying is true? To be fair, I basically said that to him too. I think that's part of the reason why he took my powers.
Probably
Is nobody
Damien's
trying to kick us out? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say Damien's probably assisting with those orders, even though he's not part of the crew.
Abot helped Flint carry the crate downstairs, or at least followed him while he carried the crate downstairs.
We don't have the crates. The crystals are all in Carrick's backpack. Remember?
Oh, right.
I
So
do
no
have-
one's trying to kick us out.
Nope.
Great.
Then this was a success.
I guess, although I wanted to talk to Timothy, but oh well.
Yeah, me as
Unless he
well.
can hear us if we yell. Hey, bot, if you lean over. Mhm. Hey, bot, can you go lean over the edge and then message him with your mind?
I. Hmm.
How far away is the boat?
40 feet. It's right here.
Yeah, I think it's too far
Well, you
away.
said it's like 40 feet away. Mm-hmm.
Abot's just going to approach the side, regardless, and look over to see if he can see him. He just swivels his head back towards Kira.
Kira, I do not see him. I need to see him in order to speak with him.
Oh well.
Kira.
Abot points to Flint.
Oh.
Yeah. If there's any consolation, the wolves won't be in a bit. But the children are essential.
I have
Abot-
the wolves drop the Link Panther corpses and disappear.
There you go.
Well, I was going to skin them before we boarded. Okay, I'm going to skin them and then chuck the shit over the side. It won't be a problem. Oh, bitch. They're my kids!
So
We weren't.
Oh god, sorry.
No, if you Damien wants to talk, you can talk. Flint is a little bit closer.
Damien will step up and say, we will be more than accommodating to help along this journey. We don't expect to ride for free. And the children, myself included, and my companions will do anything we needed.
Carrick still has all the gold that we made, right? I'm asking Damien.
I don't know if I actually know that.
Like, I know that the Splinter left without the gold, so.
Probably still has
Yeah,
it.
I don't know if he grabbed it or not.
The dwarf that went below deck has the majority of our gold. We should be able to pay this. If not, we will find some other solution. What is the issue with space? Is it that you do not have enough rooms? We have means to create food and water. We have means to create both food and water. No, if the ship is too heavy, that is something I could not remedy.
Real quick, would Damien know that this ship size is more than capable of holding all the weight? Yeah. Yeah, I step forward and I say, listen, friend, this ship is going to have no problems with buoyancy. I know this is unfortunate and it's not ideal, but you will get paid. We will get it to you. We are more than capable. That is my word. Just let us stay. Get us there.
You are going to wait.
What's your name, sir?
Isn't that the captain, Amanda?
This is Amanda, right?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm misunderstood. My bad. All right, we'll take care of it.
Hmm.
Avot rotates his head towards Flint.
Flint, I don't have any money.
Me
Do we
neither.
have enough? Kira, do you
Uh,
have any money?
I do have money, but I was hoping to spend it on the kids when we get to the market.
How much?
I have 96 gold.
Hmm.
I have 3.
We could. I have similar amounts. We could ask Garrick's amount and then join with yours, Kira, and use the remaining to pay for whatever we need.
Yeah,
Additionally, I can
guess.
take jobs in the market if necessary. I'm strong enough to warrant some muscle if necessary, and we can always look for some money later.
Yeah, I would really like to get them some clothes and stuff because they look homeless and I
If
feel bad
you
about it.
if you can skin those hides, they'll go for a pretty penny in the market.
It is also important to note that now that I think about it, we no longer have the capacity to create food or water.
Oops.
Well, I think Carrick is gonna have to make up with his god.
Hmm. Hopefully this woman does not kill him.
If she does, she'll be sorry.
Avot immediately starts walking down deck, following after where Carrick was.
Kira's gonna come over to where the wolves dropped the corpses, and she's gonna bring the kids over and give them a lesson on how to skin animals. I mean, she told me to do it now. uh, what's the best place to do it that would be the easiest to clean up? Well, no, I mean like on the ship. Would it be easier to do it on the front or the back?
All right. Damien also hands Kira a tarp that he has to put the bodies on to reduce the mess.
Nat 20. Dope.
I got the tarp.
Okay. Is the captain still up here? Can I see her?
Can Damien fall or Damien wants to go with Kira and help her skin?
Oh, goodbye.
Flint is gonna ask the captain, Miss, where are the pay's coming? Where do I put the horses? Do I take them downstairs? Okay. I'll just put them like near a post or something, so they don't start walking everywhere.
We fucking died.
So specifically just the main deck? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So is the main deck is this like actually that, and is this that? Okay. Okay. Oh, I see the little extra stairs. Okay, never mind. Right, right. Okay. Gotcha. Dusty. We're gonna have to eat Dusty.
I don't fucking think so, my dude.
I mean, look.
We'll eat the sailors first.
Or you could stop being stubborn and make up with your god.
It's not on me! I said, yo, my dude, you want to give me my powers back? And he didn't say a fucking thing. I can't do anything if my god doesn't want to give me my powers back.
Just tell him you'll do genocide. It's fine.
I'm not gonna. Carrick's not gonna
They're
do that.
large. They're 10 by 10.
Okay.
So wait, are they? So you say 10 by 10, but horses aren't 10 feet across.
Oh, people don't take up a 5
Sure,
foot
but they're
square
still large
either.
in game.
That's okay. That's fair.
I made that a little bit too big.
Avot, I mean, he's not being super stealthy about it, but he approaches the door. Avot, telepathically, just knowing that Carrick is in there, messages Carrick.
Carrick, when you are free, we need money. Are things going well?
Carrick does because I can't respond telepathically.
No, you
correct?
can't. You can't.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So Carrick doesn't say anything.
We need 100 gold. Kira has 96. Damien has 3. Clint can pitch in a small amount. I have none. Work out how much gold you have. We need it before we are allowed to leave.
And then he just slowly starts stepping up, back up to the top.
I go to the captain and ask, where do you want me to skin the animals? I have tarps to reduce the mess. Do you want me to do it on the beach? Okay. All right. Thank you. I
I'm-
go
I'm-
to the hold.
I'm following to assist.
What a wiener. I bring the kids too.
And Damien's following.
I check out this room. Okay. I check this one. Okay. I guess this one will be good then. Yep, and like they can stand in that hallway. That'll do.
Yeah. So before she starts skinning, I stop her and I say, I'm here to help. Just tell me where to hold the creature. You got this. I believe in it. We need these skins. And I'm giving her bardic inspiration.
Thanks. I also put down those 2 tarps. I have a tarp that I took from the mines in the Bleeding Dunes, just to reduce the mess.
Ooh.
Okay, so let's say 23.
And you
I
can
think
add
so.
a d6 as well.
Sure. 26. Okay. Ew. That's fine. Those are disgusting. Yeah, yuck. Okay. I make sure the kids are watching, and like as I'm doing everything, I'm explaining it to them. And I do the second one. Do I still get advantage on that one? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So if we're getting back into the RP, look, there's nothing that I can say or do that would make you believe something as, frankly, epic as what I'm describing is real. Okay, and I get that. You're just gonna have to trust me, and if you don't, I mean that's okay for now. I probably in your shoes wouldn't believe me either. For what it's worth, I believe with every fiber of my being that what I'm saying is real and true, and that I'm gonna keep doing this until it's done, or until I'm dead. One of those two. Both of which are possible. Oh, let's try and not get 2 13s this time. Let's maybe get 2 7s. Oop, that's a 14. Okay, that's a 14. Well, the next step is we have to get back to Shalinsta and meet up with. I need to get powers because while I'm gonna keep doing this regardless, I'm sure as shit a lot less helpful without any. If I can't get any from the gods, I'll talk to Master Damien. He seems to will them from himself. My next bet. I've missed you quite terribly. I'm sorry for all of this. I didn't mean for this to happen. It's no excuse. It's just a reason. Stern, firm. Okay.
That bitch.
Yeah. What is her? Can you describe? Is her? She's just very like her general facial demeanor right now. Is it very focused? So Carrick, with the best impish smile he can, say, "Sorry, what was that? You were concerned? I think you might like me." I give her a wink. I just sort of say, the next step is one to try and collect intelligence from the dwarves. See if they know anything about the Earth Forges and how to access them. See if they would be interested in allying themselves against, for lack of a better term, evil, just because, frankly, there's a shit ton of it on all sides. And take it from there. Well, we knew we'd be cutting it close. Hopefully we... Yeah. We're gonna try and get there. Master Flint is a proper dwarf. Brother Flint, excuse me, is a proper dwarf. Yeah, speaking of which, I found out that I am a Gin Deep. Yep. I was given a vision of a memory that I forgot or something by Goimniu. My father was some type of officer, seems like, on the Ouroboros, and was killed in a violent confrontation. But I don't know if that'll be relevant for what's about to happen, once we get back to the market. But that's an update. Yeah. Well, apparently, there's a rumor of this anyway. They were being sieged. I might get some of the details wrong, forgive me, but they were being sieged, and they locked themselves in a fortress slash mine, and ended up, I believe, if I remember correctly, basically cannibalizing and killing themselves. Yeah, so I come from good stock. So you got that going for you. Well, they did, and then they were mostly massacred. There's apparently not many of us left. A combination of the Shalinstians and themselves. um, yes. Who knows? Let me rephrase before I say that. I'm concerned that you might be in danger now. Possibly from Cyril, possibly from others. Well, I'm in danger, but I think she was upset at me before I left. Nope. Yeah, I'm looking at the pinned messages. You're right. Okay, yeah. I remember there was an older sister. I forgot which. Or yeah. Yes. I mean, yeah. Part of the reason that I left was because of how they were treating you, which wasn't right. I'm not. That's a longer discussion. But I guess I'm happy that he's upset because it means that he liked me. I don't know. I whatever. Carrick kind of knew that this wouldn't go well, and especially due to the fact that Carrick doesn't even have any magic that he can show her. Like that at the very least he has divine power, is not great. Carrick is while he does love her, at the same time, he kind of understands that it's going to take a while for her to adjust. And so he's just going to kind of just hang out in that room for like a minute, just to give her a little, just to give her a little space. And then he's going to head up above deck in response to Abot's request.
I got a 22. Dope.
Flint tied the horse to the mast since she just told him to anywhere. So he just picked up the things and put it around the mast so they wouldn't be able to move. Pets them once or twice and just tries to make sure they're comfortable. I assume this is not a lot of time. So he ties them, waits, is essentially just trying to not get any more attention towards him.
Abot's just been looking around at everyone moving across the ship. He hasn't been helping, he's just been watching. He's mainly waiting for Carrick to come back up.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I don't yell at him. I just like gently correct him. I say, no, you do it like this. That way you don't damage it.
Damien definitely gives him a look.
Yeah, I say, don't make fun. He was brave to try. Nobody else came up to ask.
I just scan all of them, giving them dirty looks. Whichever one is closest to me, and then I look at the rest.
Okay, and then I give him a smile.
After they say that, I give them all a nod. Well, I'm assuming they've said mother multiple times. I probably at least understood that. Right. Okay. Like, I don't know, but like that specific. The oops, I'm in trouble.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
So sorry. So Discord like dropped, and then I got stuck in authenticating. The last thing I heard was you see the mountain, and you see the admiral with the dolphin.
And we remember because
Oh, right, right. So I walk over to because I guess right now Flint, and Abot are the only ones on the top deck, right? Main deck. So I walk over to them, and I understand we have a money problem.
yeah. Uh,
I
did you
have.
keep the gold that you made for the splinter?
I mean, I kept what there was. I mean, I have 45 gold right now. If I get my powers back, I have 4 short swords.
I have more
That
things if you do, but we shouldn't count on it at least for now because we need to give it as soon as we can. So don't worry about it. How much can you give? We will join with everyone's money.
I mean, I can give all of it. It's
Are you
just raw
sure? You'll be
material.
left with nothing
Mm.
in terms of gold. You can
No,
still
I
sell the weapons
understand.
and
I
all
mean,
that.
it's whatever at this point.
All right, give it here. I'll join in my 5 gold. We'll have 50. We'll ask the other 50 for. I'm gonna go down, ask Kira for the other 50, and give it to the captain so he can put this behind us.
Can you guys hear
Okay.
me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not on tabletop.
Yeah, I know. My computer fucking crashed. I'm getting back
Fun.
on.
Hey Frank, how gross are these like skinned corpses? Does the meat still look good? Okay.
I would not recommend
For a
eating them.
single day.
Well, I'm gonna bundle them all up in that tarp, and then take the bodies up deck, and then so we can throw them over once we get out to
Okay.
sea.
And I'm helping him.
Athletics, eh? With advantage. Alright, that's a 1, which comes out to 11. That's 16 plus 10, 26. It's got it like a big sack over my shoulder, like Santa Claus. Cool. So I tossed the corpses over the edge since you said we're a couple hours out. All I want to do for the rest of the day is I want to go up to the captain and ask her, you know, how I can help.
Yeah, I'll walk to Kira with a 50 gold, 45 from Kira, 5 from me, and tell her, Kira, we have 50 gold. You can use to give the rest.
Yep.
All right, give it here. I'll give it to the captain, and we can move on without troubles.
Wonderful.
Just quick, I kept the tarp. I just like held all or only one corner, and then like tossed the other bodies out, and then whoever can clean it. And if I lose it, I lose it. It's not big. 12 plus Dex. Is it flat Dex or acrobatics? Okay, 12.
Viscera. But God,
Don't we?
at what cost?
Don't we have a way to? Don't we have prestidigitation? Someone in the group. Yeah, so I'm just gonna lay it on the side, like kind of like you do with the. Yeah, like you do with like a carpet piece or something. Yeah, that. Well, I have giant rugs in my house, so that's what I was thinking of.
I wink at him.
It'll get clean, don't worry. I walk up.
Miss, we got what you need. I'll hand her the 100 gold. I assume that we put it in a pouch.
Yeah.
She ain't sitting down anytime soon.
Got it.
I will be going to the hold now then. Good night.
Hey, boss. Yeah, I know. A-bot was walking down to the hole.
Kira goes to the horses. Oh, sorry, my dogs are going crazy.
Before anyone leaves, I wanted to talk to people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to interrupt because I didn't want Sarah to start talking.
Wow.
Well, just because people are starting to go places. Hey, hang on, hold on,
Yeah, what?
everybody. So had a conversation. Didn't go well.
I noticed that you do not have any stab wounds, so it went better than we could have expected.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't believe me, which I am not surprised by. I wouldn't believe me either. Hopefully she'll come aboard, but who knows. Regardless, does anyone? I know obviously about Goibniu and about Freya, and about Kothar. Does anyone know Orim or Orim?
Can I roll religion to see if I know about him? Orium?
Same.
Are we with him now, or?
Yeah, you're all with me. So I stopped. What's his face?
It's a 5.
I'm not going to roll Frank because there's no way the Flint would know.
Kira wouldn't know either. I just wanted to roll.
I'm not rolling either since I obviously don't know since I'm asking people.
23. Yep.
Correct.
Just said Orium.
I've said it before in the context of my conversation with Goibniu, where Orium is on the side of the good.
No, I've never heard of them. Why?
Well, I've already asked Goib for my powers back once. He didn't respond. I snap my fingers to cast light and just confirm. Presumably, I get nothing. So, yep. So no powers back yet. I'm gonna try and hit up Freya and Kothar. I guess Orim or Orium or I might have to work on the pronunciation. Oh boy! Oh boy!
Do better,
I'm really
man.
gonna have to.
Oh, I forgot.
I don't like the
Kira
water.
gets really seasick.
But if this doesn't work out, I mean, I need something. Master Damien, you seem to sort of get your powers from within yourself. If this doesn't work via the gods, I might have to talk to you a little bit about that.
We have time to train you, like physically.
Well, I don't think that's a bad idea regardless. I think that we could all use a little bit of training on this downtime.
We don't. We'll have to do it in the hold.
That's fine. Some of us have the ability to produce light still.
I make the tip of my finger a little light.
We can all see in the dark, right?
I require a Loros lens.
Yeah. But...
Oh, I give that back.
Is there anything else that you need?
I mean, if you can, if you happen to run into Earthurl, if you can potentially convince her that I'm not crazy. Oh, yeah, I suppose I didn't say that before. Yeah, so she is Earthiel.
Who, the woman that almost slapped you in the face?
Within earshot?
Yeah, I don't know the dimension.
No,
I
yeah,
get it.
man.
The forecastle is here essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's what
Right.
I was
oh, I
saying.
Got
get
it.
that.
I
Yeah,
get that.
I like how name is now blue thing.
Erithiel is now up there.
Here.
Erythel?
I'll write it in.
Right in parenthesis, blue thing.
Well, regardless, if I run into her, I will sing your praises.
No, I'm not saying that. Look,
Hmm.
I don't want to get her involved in this. However, at the same time, I also don't necessarily. I feel like currently she's leaning towards I might be a little bit crazy and you all might be a little bit crazy too. And while I don't necessarily want to get her involved, I'd prefer if maybe that wasn't her take on the situation.
Carrick,
Yes.
do you want that letter back, or do you want me to give it to her, or?
No, that's in case I die.
Well. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I hear ya. It was to her, and she's. Look,
You
I'll
could
think
give
about
it to her and tell you, hey, if I die, open this.
Ooh, that's a good point. Could
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, can I have that from you? That's a good point.
Yeah, I dig through my backpack and then hand it over.
Thank
Kira,
you. I take it. I'm adding
Yes.
it to my inventory.
I recently have come across a map of the entire world. I
Kira
do
looks
not know how
very
to draw
interested.
maps. I
Really,
understand
you do?
that you would rather not be above, well, on top of the boat with your seasickness, so it may be best for us to go down into the hold and draw the map.
All right.
Seems
Let me
good.
just take care of the horses really quick and corral the children, and then I'll head down with you.
Alright.
While we're doing that, can you mend this, A-bot? And I'm gonna take out the ruined plate.
Abot starts casting mending on it. He's trying to be fairly swift, just like kneading the metal back to where it needs to be.
Oh, by the way, Master Abot, perhaps you want to hold on to these journals.
Sure.
Okay.
Abot.
Yes.
Another little task for you. Can you mend this pelt? I pulled up the one that Kansif ripped.
Yes, I can take it all below deck and mend it.
Wonderful, thank you.
Damien puts his hand on Carrick's shoulder and says, and looks at Flint as well and says, if either of you want to train while we're here, I'd be more than willing to help. I have
Well-
some things I'd like to practice.
That's good. I have a very inconvenient favor to ask in terms of training, but that can be discussed later.
Is that all, Carrick?
Yeah. Carrick turns to Damien and he says, give me a minute. I'm going to see if any of the gods will respond. But if that doesn't happen, I'll take off my armor and we can start going.
Carrick, just a suggestion. It may be better to provide a show of faith rather than just asking the gods for power.
I mean, what do you mean?
Instead of saying, hello Kothar, I need your help, provide a demonstration of your own greatness.
Okay, so maybe when we're sparring, you can sort of just be really, really weak, Master Damien, and you can just let me kind of beat you into submission. Do you think that would work, Master Abot?
Hilarious. Yes, that may work. Regardless, I'm going to go now. Bye-bye.
About to
I'll,
start swivels his head and starts heading down the hole.
I'll be with you in a minute, Awat. Does anybody need anything from me?
No, I don't even know what to do in this boat, so I'll just follow you guys around in case you need any help.
Would
By the
you
way, Frank.
mind? Oh,
Frank,
Go
you there? Small question: did the mending get the armor good enough to be used?
Yep.
Okay, misunderstood. My bad.
Carrick,
Yep.
are you planning on asking your god now?
Well, I mean, I plan on at least beseeching them fairly soon, yes, because I need to know if this is something that is a potential avenue for me or if it isn't.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Well, I guess it's been there this whole time. And I say, we have a lot of time on this boat. You might as well just do it now.
Yep.
I believe in you, though, and I give him Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, I feel inspired. Thank you, Master Fabian.
I'd recommend doing it in the next 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, I mean, as we're breaking up, as we're sort of breaking up, Carrick's gonna go down to the hold, and he's going to find a quiet spot. He's going to sort of get into almost like a meditation pose, where like basically he's sitting sort of Indian style. He's kind of got his eyes. Actually, Kira has the helmet that blocks your vision, right?
Yeah, somebody take it. I don't want it.
Can I borrow that?
Of course you can.
Thank
I
you.
chuck it to him. No give backs.
So
Just as sorry.
he's gonna throw on that helmet to kind of act as like a sensory deprivation, and he's just going to try talking to Goibni first. He's going to basically just excuse me. Look, we're on the same side. You don't necessarily agree with my methods, but I am determined to do this until I die. I know there's a lot of other people you could bestow power to, but how many of them, knowing what the task is in front of them, can say that? And I haven't died yet. I think that's something. I know you to a degree, you know me. You're cantankerous. I'm ornery. We're not friends. But you need someone reliable that won't die and won't fuck up. I haven't died. You might consider me fucking up. But so far we're doing pretty okay. Like I said before, whether you give me power back or not, I'm gonna keep doing this, but if you want to give us a better shot, I think you should give me my powers back. And Carrick's just gonna sort of sit there for at least up to a half hour to an hour. And he's just gonna wait. there's another word I'd use to describe myself. Mortal. Fallible. We're not perfect. We're not machines. I think persistence is the best that you'll get. I appreciate what you're saying. Two things. I've told you before. This isn't about caring. This isn't about friendship. This is about allies. This is about warriors. I can make all the weapons we like. If there's no one to wield them, they're useless. Secondly, we're going to talk to the dwarves about the Earth Forge. I don't know how to use it. Flint doesn't know how to use it. If you want weapons, I think the legendary forges that can make some of the greatest potential weapons known to man are a good place to start. Well, I intend to obtain that information. Do you understand that if I die in the meantime, you're gonna have to start from scratch with some other schmuck? Well, I'm sure as shit gonna try not to. Well, you seem to be obtuse and unhelpful. I'd prefer if you stop doing that. I'd actually like to maintain eye contact with him if I can. I do not think you bow to me. I don't think you need me. But I think that we're on the same side. And I think that we're both fighting for the same thing. And I think that regardless of what you might think about my performance, I don't think you've doubted for a second that since this has started, I have once wavered in my devotion to the cause, and that I will, and that I'll keep going until I die. Now, I respect that you believe that perhaps my efforts could be better suited elsewhere, or in a more focused manner, or with more conviction. I try and maintain eye contact as best as I can before, presumably, I'm slowly losing consciousness. Um, but back to what I was saying, I'm doing the best I can. You're trying to keep us all from ending, us mortals. I'm mortal. I appreciate your help, and I am thankful for it. Whatever you can give, I appreciate. I close my eyes and remain, as best as I can, calm. Okay. Because at this point, Carrick either thinks that Goibniu is going to kill him, in which case he cannot do anything about that, or Goibniu is trying to intimidate him, in which case he would prefer not to be intimidated. Uh, that's a 15. Wait. Excuse me. You said check, not saving throw. Oh, okay. Yes, that is a 15. I want to sort of not focus on the free falling. I want to instead turn my focus onto what I'll be doing over the coming days on the ship, training with Flint and Damien, thinking about our plans to convene with the dwarves, and then what our options might be after that. Just sort of really not focusing on the free falling. If I'm still falling, I can presumably only think about that for a certain amount of time. I'd like to think about the Earth Forge and what I saw when I was there. Obviously, I was meditating, or not meditating, but casting silence a lot. But I'd like to think about the carvings that I saw and what we learned from. Excuse me one second. What we learned from 8. I'd like to think about how I've been using the black metal and how we've used it on Kira's arrows to make them precise. I'd like to think about who the architects are in this whole calamity and how it's really being done. About how there's obviously the puppet masters pulling the strings, but really sort of, really sort of Lush, Malesh, what they're doing, and Hummel. I think so. So yeah, I mean, I think Carrick is either wrongly or incorrectly. Carrick is thinking about Malesh and sort of what happened with Commander List. Because I think Carrick knows about that. I think Carrick knows about that. Yeah, and sort of, yeah. And maybe if Savris is coordinating it all with Hummel, because Hummel is the god of tyranny and domination. And the golems are effectively constructs that are dominated by their programming. Maybe if there's any coordination there, and if Abot can potentially learn anything from that. I want to immediately run above deck and see what time it is, or at least see roughly, sun in the sky, how much time may have passed. My estimate.
Hmm.
Carrick sort of laughs to himself, and he kind of smiles and just says, I don't think he says anything out loud. I think he just thinks to himself, that son of a bitch. And then he kind of heads back downstairs to talk to Abot. No. But we're doing the best we can anyway. Thank you. Yes. As she's going by me, I say, we're going to be doing some combat training in the hold over these next few days if you're interested. I just keep going back down below.
Are they talking to
You're muted.
Tara?
No, David.
Shit.
Oh, okay.
He just looks up at her, and with, I guess, soft eyes, just says, "He rescued me." If you'd like the whole story, I'll give it to you. The truth. But I doubt you'll believe it. All right. And I explain her everything that happened to me. Leaving the Schlinstian army, turning into that blue demon, all that shit. Fighting the demon, turning into my normal form. I explain all that. 30 minutes. Taking moments to be like, yeah, I just take moments though and be like, you still following? All right. What is my insight? +1. All right. Clueless for the first one. 9. And I just, at the end, not realizing that, I just say, it's pretty unbelievable, but when, when you asked me about my voice, I thought it was funny knowing what I'd been through previous to this. Yeah, after that, oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dun, dun, dun. Wah, wah.
Bum, bum.
A bunch of gay boys.
your wife, you dumb gay boy.
It's probably in the middle, no?
Oh my god. We flew.
Am I gonna be
All of the horses
colded?
died.
We're so tiny.
Aw, shit, bitch.
Look
We're
at
so
it.
tiny.
Woo!
Woo.
Aw, yeah.
Cool, so Carrie just antagonized.
Yeah, why
To
you
be fair,
doing
his
To
that?
be
god
fair, we're very
antagonized.
good at that. We're all very good at antagonizing.
I mean, his god's kind of being an asshole.
He
Like,
kind of is, yeah.
just
He's
a
being
little,
a
just a
huge
wee
asshole.
bit. I mean, Carrot could be a little bit more accommodating, but
Carrick's doing what he fucking can. This Goibniu's a fucking idiot.
is
If
this
Goibniu
Carrot
was
talking
like,
or
"Don't
Captain?
worry," no, this is Captain. Fuck Goibniu.
You know, I just need everyone to agree with me that the Council of Gods are evil and join Severus and Malish.
So, what?
Listen, all I know is
This is going
everyone's
to an
a
evil
dick.
campaign.
We're not
Freya's not.
evil. Freya's
Wait,
evil.
have you spoken with Freya ever?
Once.
Was this during the campaign?
Yeah.
You didn't actually talk to her.
No.
I mean, she said. I don't remember what she said.
She listened on the tap phone.
She was like, "Yo, fucking tickle these balls, bitch."
She
Yeah,
said she doesn't
word
talk
for word.
unless necessary, but Everest is her daughter or something. They have to keep her
Fucking
now, and
Goibniu
Murray was
likes
to
to
keep her.
fuck Goibniu.
Frank, can I draw on this? Thanks.
So a small question. I'm like from the start of the thing, like I've been hearing very badly, like through the entire session. I just want to make sure. She told us to get out of the ship, right? Right at the start, or did I not hear everything?
She told the horse. She said for the horses and or the kids to get off the ship.
No, even before that.
I don't think she told. You talking about Captain Amanda?
Yeah.
I don't think she told us to get off the ship per se. Well, wait, no. She said if we don't pay her to get off the ship.
No, even before that, she asked. I told her about the box with crystals, and I told her that we had flatulence for it, and she was like, "Get out." And I'm not
No,
sure.
she said,
No,
"Oh,
she
we
didn't
have
say
to
that.
go."
Yeah, she said we have to go.
Oh, we have to go. Okay, my bad. I heard you have to go. Okay.
Nope.
That's why I asked, are we being shooed off the ship?
No. She said we have to go. Like, oh shit, we're about to.
You
be
killed
attacked
Shalinstians.
by Shalinstians.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Frankie, could you please send me the map directly over Discord?
Hey Frank. This is fucking worse than Goibniu telling me to fuck off. Because now Carrick's gonna. Now this is like when you're like waiting for her to get back to you, and it's like she might get back to me. We might have a thing, but I got all these other girls on Tinder I match with, and I'd feel like a dick if I started talking to them. So, fuck.
There we go.
I think fucking Goibniu's driving Carrick to be a barbarian because he's so goddamn angry.
God.
Listen,
I'll be right.
You don't know what Carrick's thinking? Oh, I feel like you do know what the Goib is thinking.
I mean, the Goib was very straightforward. with
Oh
like.
yeah. He
do
was.
this,
Listen,
get
all I know is
powers.
that the Goyb is so your dad. He's like he's grounding you, and he's not gonna take one day of grounding. You're gonna do thing right before I give back your toys.
Well, Goivni, I mean, sure, but he can still fuck off.
And you're literally the teenage son. Fuck off, Dad.
What? He's telling me to fuck off. He's literally fucking strangling me. He's fucking doing scare tactics. Fucking Carrick doesn't abide by that shit.
Yeah, you tell him. Join Malesh.
Well,
New
Carrick's not gonna say that shit out loud. He's not even gonna think it. Captain's thinking it.
You're going through your rebellious phase as a teenage dwarf.
What? He's a fucking chode.
You know you're gonna enter the emo.
Oh my god. that
Every
is great.
minute I spend with you, then just give me the powers and leave and go do something else, you fuckwad.
It's probably because he has a limited amount of this power juice, and maybe he doesn't want to give it to you because you're being an asshole.
Sure.
still
I
think
hear
it-
ya.
I still think it's literally because it sets a bad example to put kids in timeout for too little time.
No, I get it. Like, I'm not doing. You gave me powers to do a thing, and Carrick is not doing what Goibniu wants him to do. So he's not. He's like, fucking do what I told you to do, and you'll get your powers back, or I will think about it. But Carrick's like, fuck you. You're not in the shit. Like, and also, actually, Goibniu is just not gonna be, or Carrick's just not gonna be a fucking like mindless soldier for Goibniu. And that's fine, because Goibniu is going to have to accept the fact that if he gives these powers to other people, they'll probably just die, because they're not as good as Carrick. I mean, really, he's going on
Quote unquote, not as good.
he's going on like the Antonio Brown sort of train, except less crazy. He's like, look, I'm that good. Fuck you.
I mean, I respect it. If you ever need some warlock powers, just hit me up.
For what it's worth, Frank, like again, just sort of getting in my mind as well as like sort of the mind of my character. Like if Goibniu did decide to kill Carrick right then, I would be fine with it. Because I think it would be a fitting end.
Just
I
has a
was
heart
saying-
attack in the middle of the ship.
I was telling my god to fuck off till the day I
He
died.
fucking killed me. I mean, I don't think that's what Goibniu was going to do. I think he's just pissed that. Apparently, he thinks that Carrick thinks that like Goibniu is fucking sucking his dick.
Oh man. Like, you were literally telling him you should be better, and your god's like, I'm not gonna do what you say, and you think he was asking you to suck his dick.
Well, metaphorically speaking.
No, he was just literally saying, you have literally no power over me, and showing you.
Right, no, I get that. I don't know why Goibniu thought that. I guess because I was being insolent, and like other people would be like, "Oh, mighty Goibniu." Meanwhile, Carrick's like, "Fuck it."
I think he was trying to establish how the relationship works.
That's fine.
Yeah. AKA
See,
like
but at this point, right? Carrick is, in his mind at least, powerful enough that he, or at least experienced enough that he doesn't necessarily need to just kowtow to what Goibniu tells him to do. He's like, I have my free will, I have my own ambitions and my own initiatives and thoughts on how to do
Well,
this.
I see it this way. He knows that your power comes from him,
Right.
and that it's like he's like, listen here, fucker, you called upon me. If you're gonna call upon me, you're not gonna get away with that shit.
Sure. That's fair.
That's how I see it, right? Because you're a cleric, you're nothing without your god. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah,
at the end of the
basically.
day, you're a cleric. Without your cleric bullshit, you're not even a level 1 fighter.
So here's the thing, though. Frank said I get to keep my HP. So therefore, I still have some power.
You're tanky. You're
Well,
tanky.
right. I guess sort of that's. Right.
All
Right. Right. I guess
that's what your experience has to show for. A bigger health bar. That's it. That's it. Nothing else.
I don't know. I guess, and Carrick, this is just how he didn't initially ask Goibniu for the power, and then he did, and then Goibniu gave him power, and now he's taking it away, and it's like, you set me on this path, I'm gonna fucking do it. You clearly have the ability to give me the power. Give me the power. Like, you are literally the Goib.
I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yeah, cycles PP.
Carrick needs to think about what he wants to do with that.
So what you're saying,
I
Frank,
feel like
is
he
that
did, and he's not. He's at an impasse. Carrick is not going to compromise. Yeah, but I guess the thing is, Carrick's still not going to like if he's still not going to compromise his values and his morals, and if that's the cost that Goibniu wants him to pay, he's not going to do it.
Well, what is the?
No. I hear you. Right. No, I hear you.
Oh,
What you're saying, though,
Right.
is that Carrick is cheating on Boothang with Goivina.
No, at this point he's not. But well, okay, he was right. He was like, well, shit. If this doesn't go well, he's gonna turn to Kothar and shit. But at this point, he's just gonna train himself and he's gonna strategize because I think he also acknowledges that maybe he could have been doing more or should have been doing more. And oh boy, it would be nice to maybe create food and water on this multi-day trek.
I need to get the guy that drew the previous fan art to just draw a threesome between Carrick the Goib and the Elvish woman.
Huh?
I'll hang it on my mantle.
What the fuck?
yeah, for a while.
Yeah, we've been talking in circles for some fucking time.
I do
now.
think that for what it's worth, art of Carrick's god choking out Carrick would be pretty fucking sick. Actually, I'm gonna draw it real quick. Hang on. Bring
Let's
up some
continue. Let's start
Microsoft
the game,
Paint.
please.
Alright, let's start the
I'm
game.
fucking
Hold
with you,
on.
I'm fucking with you.
No.
I'm fucking with you.
Alright, kick us off, Frankie.
Yes.
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 Yup.
Yes.
Oh dear. Are we gonna roll for turn order?
Roll initiative.
I think that's actually a good idea. Yeah. Why don't?
Oh,
What-
okay.
So I don't know how you want to make it work, Frank, because I'm gonna be doing a lot of shit. So do you want me to just set aside blocks of time where Abot will be doing X, and then we'll do it in another one-on-one session, or do you want to
I
just
just
do it
rolled a
now?
d12. Nat 20.
Roll off
Or-
between Dara and Nuno.
Thank God I crit on that. So I sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it, but basically, I want to train combat with my shield, and whoever's willing to help, whether it be sailors or Carrick's wife, literally anybody, the captain even. I want to practice using my shield and dodging attacks.
So, for what it's worth, Carrick is. If you approach Carrick with this, Carrick is willing with you, as well as talk to you about his shield usage, provided you also tell him about the way you draw power from within yourself.
Yeah, will do. It can be in the middle of our sparring even. But basically, I'm trying to get a lot more defensive and agile in combat. I will do it the whole time if possible. If I have nobody to spar with, I'll help maintain the ship. I'll also, if people need words of wisdom, aka bardic inspiration, they can stop me and I'll give them words of wisdom.
So, yeah, I wanted to ask you. I don't know if you heard the last time I said it, but do you want me to just set aside blocks of time where Abot will be doing the Gaze of the Two Minds shit, and we'll just do it on a one-on-one session, or do you want me to do it all right now? Because there's a lot of shit that he's doing. Okay. So just um. Okay. I'll just type it out and send it to you in Discord. He's going to be doing. He's going to be sending a prayer to Savras and having several conversations with Flint. But aside from that, 90% of his time is below deck. He's not even going to touch above deck, just if he can help it, because, if he falls off, that's the end of A-Bot. So yeah, that's what he'll be doing. Okay. And same with the prayer to Savras? Alright, wonderful.
So, besides asking Abot to mend the plate armor, assuming that it's possible, he'll give it to Damien. Essentially, tell him that he's grateful for the axe, and essentially giving that to him. Then every night, I'm gonna train the kids. It's not gonna be very complex because I'm trying to not create too much noise. So smaller sessions. And after that, I'm going to ask Kira and put forth a proposition for her both to get better at shooting her bow, and me getting better at focusing on my spells. And what I'll propose to her is that I cast Warding Wind, and she try to shoot me with her bow through it, essentially trying to beat the winds, while I try to maintain the spell through the pain. I guess he'll go, like, during the day, he might go on top of the ship and try to see what the sailors are doing, but without really bothering them, trying to figure out, like... so he tried to focus on one person at a time and try to figure out what they're doing with the ship. And just out of curiosity, it's not even like him trying to learn. It's just I've been on a ship and I have no idea how it works, so he's just trying to figure that out. Okay, that's it.
For a lot of the time, I'm gonna hang out with the kids and try to like actually befriend them instead of just being their awkward aunt. Um, I'm gonna keep teaching them those morals that we taught them previously, and I'm gonna continue their agility training. Like I make a fun little agility course over the boxes and stuff in the hold that they can race over and jump over. Um, I teach them about Freya, like how she's the goddess of balance in nature, how we shouldn't kill unless necessary. I teach them the rhyme that my grandma taught me and how to weave the crown. I tell them what the wolf flowers look like and what keepers are, and like vaguely about the corruption. I finish tanning those pelts. Take care of the horses. Check up on the wolves every once in a while. Ask if they're healing and if they're doing okay. And I want to take the map to the captain and ask if she knows about any of the other continents. Um, which part? um, Probably today, like as soon as I draw it. She'd be really excited about it. Be like, "Oh man, I want to get this bitch labeled."
So, Carrick is going to try and each member of the... I'm sorry? Yeah, so two things. One, Carrick is going to talk to excuse me, Abot about Savras's potential connection with some of the evil gods, and that he fucking needs to figure that shit out. Right. Do you want to do it now, or do you want me to explain the rest? Yep. Also to have William research the Earth Forge if he hasn't yet. Carrick is also going to talk to, and this isn't like an RP conversation, but like he's going to talk to each party member, and he's basically going to ask them to try and like train the shit out of him, and really just fucking try and kick the shit out of him, because he is concerned that he does not have magical abilities anymore that basically artificially power him, and that he needs to be able to be self-sufficient. And so between like Kira doing like dexterity training, Flint doing just like like raw strength and combat, Damien doing like some of the training from sort of absorbing like channeling your power from within you, and Abot working on like resisting magic, but all sort of because Carrick knows that he's not very nimble, even though he does want to work on that a little bit, but he knows that his at least one of his strengths is his stockiness. And so basically, yeah, basically being able to sort of take a hit and keep going, and being able to take a hit from magic, from a bow, from a punch, from a sword, and being able to just keep going, and basically just also obviously being able to be offensive, but really he's going to focus on without magic just being able to stay in the fight, as it were. Does that make sense? Okay. And then, like I said, he wants to have a conversation with Abot, as well as, again, if Damien can train him on like paladin ways. But yeah.
Mhm. I have what I believe is a world map, and I was wondering if you could help me label it if you have that knowledge. I hand it over. My friend saw a picture of it and he described it to me, and I drew what he. Yes. Not the first time, believe it or not. Okay. That's what I. Hmm. And that doesn't include Bulruck? Oh, gotcha. Do you know what this little island is between Jorah and Tristan? Do you know of any people that live there? All right. My wolves? Um, oh, no, sorry, that's not gonna happen. They're not just wolves. Um, they were a gift from my god, and they're very important to my mission. Okay, well, these specifically are daughters of Freya. Okay. No, sorry, they're very dear to me. Yes. Not just me. Uh, my group did, but yes, we killed them. I was planning on making a cloak or something out of them. I have. We're not exactly welcome in Shalinsta. Ah, it's a long story, but not exactly. Although we did, well, I don't want to get into it. It's a whole thing. But we did fight. Yeah, a lot of things have changed since we first arrived there. We did fight in the pits, though. Killed some cockatrices and a saber tooth. Those good times. Yeah. Yeah, we never had the intention of going back into Shalinsta. We just needed to make our way back to Carnig. Speaking of that, what are you doing with the crystals? Remarks? I know of him. My friend Gil. No, I'm from Carnig. We all are, except for Damien. Yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah. Can you tell me more about Remarks? I know he's the captain of the Ouroboros, but what is his deal? Why does he bring the crystals to Carnig? All right. Well, thanks for the information about the map. All right. I leave.
No, it'd probably be after the prayer and after he talks with Carrick. Because Carrick's conversation is going to be related to his conversation with Flint.
Yes. I want to talk to a bot. Must a bot.
He rotates his head. He's currently folded himself up, and he's just at the bottom of the cargo bay. Oh shit! Whoops. Or the hold. Sorry, I just moved my laptop. He pops his head up and rotates to face him.
Yes, Carrick.
Are we, I apologize, but are we asking, scientist William to investigate the Earth Forge?
That is on the to-do list.
Good. Additionally, I think I have articulated that regardless of what is going on inside of you, respect you, and I respect that I believe you are doing what you believe is right. However, I don't have the connection with Savras that you do, and I am very concerned about what Savras's role is in all of this. I'm at the very least curious. If Savras could be more of an ally, then I think we should utilize that, and if Savras is an enemy, we need to know that.
I agree. I do not know, Carrick. I have never spoken to Savras the way that you have spoken to Goibinu. All I know now is that he created me, and he created this entity that has possessed me.
Would you like some help?
With what? What can you
Trying
do?
to contact Savras.
Go ahead. If you can contact Savras before I can, that would be funny.
No, that's not exactly what I'm suggesting. Like you've said, I've at the very least had contact with Goibniu. Granted, my relationship with him is at the least contentious, but
I've heard.
Yeah. Oh, he talked to me again, by the way.
Oh, how did that go?
Well, he said that if we get information on the Earth, he might give me my powers back.
Yay.
Yeah, it's I'm not necessarily counting on it. But regardless, no, what I'm suggesting is that at the very least I can go over some of the techniques that have. Let's be honest, Goibniu really talks to me when he wants to. It's not when I want to.
It's when he wants something from you. Because in some way, he divines a youth from you.
Yes, that's correct. But Goibniu, at the very least, I have no doubt whatsoever that he is on our side. For what it's worth, the last time I spoke with him, I got myself to a quiet area. I shut out all external influences, and I just tried to focus. If you'd like, we can go into a corner ourselves. We can attempt to do the same and focus, and if not seek an audience the same way I can, at the very least a correspondence. I think it's worth a shot more than anything else if you'd be open to it.
It has not worked for me yet, and it has worked for you. So maybe you do know what you are doing. Fine. Let's find a corner. I will set up the ritual items.
If you're okay with it, I'd like to get the rest of everyone here, Lady Kira, Brother Flint, and Master Damien as well.
Why?
Because I think I can coach us all the same way I can coach you. And additionally, perhaps the pleas of more people will bend the ear of Savras more than the pleas of just 2 people. Additionally, if Savras is not on our side and we do get into contact with Savras, I would prefer us all to be together when that happens.
You are going to coach me
Yes.
on contacting my own god. A god that sees all and knows all.
Well, mine does too. At least, when I told him he was obtuse and unhelpful, he tried to choke me out. So, you know.
At the very least, I guess my god has not tried to hurt me.
I don't think Goibni was trying to hurt me. I think he means well enough anyway. He cares, and he feels that what I'm doing isn't enough, and that I could be doing more and could be doing better. And to an extent, I agree.
Carrick,
Yes.
could I ask you a different question? One
Yes.
that I know your answer to, but I do not understand the logic. What is wrong with this hunger that has possessed me? What has it done?
It seems to have resurrected a corpse. It appears to be giving Brother Flint nightmares.
And will kill him.
Yes, that's correct. I think those are 2 things that I can think of immediately.
And I'm stuck between that and a god that is working with the evil ones.
Look, for what it's worth, I mean, I'm reaching. Kothar, as far as we've seen, seeks greatness in any form, in any aspect. For what it's worth, I believe that you have done great things, and that you are a great being.
Carrick, I do not know how much you can assist me with said ritual, but I would rather it just be you and I.
Fair enough.
At least at the beginning. If it works, then we can contact any god. Any god.
He's like unfolding himself.
Wait a minute, what?
Is standing up and then moving over to like a smaller corner, trying to like adjust a little area where he can start carving out the ritual like symbols and such, laying out books for his usual strategy of communing with Savras.
Okay.
And then he moves over into the center. Should I sit here?
I mean, honestly, it's not that formal with me and Goibniu. It's just sort of, sure, sit there.
I've gathered.
He like plops himself down, like the Iron Giant. He just kind of, his knees buckle and then he falls back on his butt.
Carrick sits down. He puts back on the helmet, because he's taking it off, obviously, when he's walking around and shit. But he puts back on the helmet that sort of is like the sensory deprivation helmet. And he talks to Aabod. He says, try and block everything out. Try and...
Carrick.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot shut my eye.
Huh?
I do not have a lens. I cannot shut my eye.
Oh.
Can I have something to blaze over it?
Yeah. I grab my shield and I kind of try and prop it in front of his face.
He's just
Uh,
sitting there. The nose guard is over his eye. He's just sitting there, completely blind, with his fucking helmet on.
I also like the idea of instead of just like using a piece of cloth to cover up his face or something, it's like, nah, let's just thunk, and there's a shield on your head.
Carrick was thinking about that, but he didn't want to rip off a piece of his tunic.
Hmm.
So,
So just like this, then.
yep, and try and simply block out all of the physical sensations that you are experiencing. Any hearing that you might hear, any better.
Eric,
Yes.
I cannot shut off my ears or close them. I do not have ears. I am always listening. Should I
Okay.
just focus on something else?
Focus on the feeling of the boat rocking and the sounds of the waves. And try and simply focus on Savras and your connection with Savras. Savras grants you power, so you have a connection, whether it's verbal or not. And
Abot says nothing, but
Carrick holds his hands, and Carrick basically says, Carrick just says, focus on Savras, focus on your connection, and I would recommend saying out loud, at the very least, what you would like to say to Savras and what you want to. Just so I can maybe be in this too.
Well, Sabras, be my light.
he's
I
like,
mean,
he's like rotating his head over towards Carrick and then back to the neutral position.
Should I do the chant, or you're more experienced with it?
Alright, hang on. Savras. Carrick, with your servant Abot. We were talking to Goibniu. What's going on with you and Malesh? I would say something to those ends. Ask questions, have a dialogue. I mean, you just worshipping Savras is great and all. Worship Savras.
I remember the last time Goibin responded to you. Wasn't it because you were telling him something prior?
Well, most recent you, I was requesting aid and sort of trying to sell myself as to why I was worthy of said aid.
Sabras, hear my words and my will behind them. I need you to tell me what is going on. Sabras, I do not know why you do not speak. I've read and heard that you are a thinking, acting god, not just some concept, but similar to Goibinu, and that you make decisions, that you created what is currently possessing me. You created me. Why? Why do you not?
He's like rattling a bit and letting a pause hang into the air.
Why do you not speak or comment? Is it because I do not have the will to follow through with whatever you wish? Is it because I'm working with Freya and Goibinu, working against you? Savras, if you do not talk to me, you will not know if I'm willing to betray them or not. Savras, I have never heard you talk, or give me an order, or use me as a tool. I was made and then given this life, and think and act, and now I feel like these animals. But you have never ordered me. I need you to help me, because this other thing, this other possession, it has, and it wants me to go to the temple and corrupt every golem within it. It wants me to raze it to the ground, Savras. I need guidance. I need you to help me help you.
He's still rattling the sound of his metal up against the bottom of the floorboard. It's like a washing machine. And he's just sitting there in the silence, waiting for a response.
Carrick is similarly just waiting, holding Abot's hand.
Like 10 minutes?
Carrick,
Yes, Master Abot.
why is it not working?
Goibniu cares about the work, about the craft. Savras cares about the knowledge.
Yes, I have
You-
gathered, Carrick, but why
No.
are they not responding?
Well, Goibniu responds to incentive to a degree. Savras desires knowledge. You indirectly have access to all of the kept knowledge of the not the Savrasians, the Shalinstians. Perhaps you can use that as leverage.
Are you saying that I am accessing information that the all-knowing Savras did not have access to?
Savras has information that you collect information for Savras, yes? Therefore, Savras requires conduits to acquire knowledge. If Savras didn't, Savras wouldn't create golems. So therefore, if you can acquire knowledge that Savras may not have because it's in Shalinstian libraries, that could be a valuable asset to Savras and perhaps could grant an audience.
Or he does not talk. Goiden, you lied. He is not some evil god. It is just Savras. I do not know why I am doubting Savras, because you are whispering these nothings in my ear.
Savras doesn't seem to want to speak up for itself.
Abot digs his fist just straight into the wood at the bottom, like rotating his wrist so it grinds into the wood.
Yes, I know, Carrick. Believe it or not, that is my current predicament. I need to speak with them. You are not helping. I do not understand why Savras did not commune. I need to talk to them to figure out what to do next. Because you and Kira are sacrificing great things by keeping me alive and not melting down the Savrasians. But if I could just find out the answer, then none of this would have to happen. You can have your weapons.
Slow down.
I'm not as useful as you, Carrick. My magic is not as strong, and you have sacrificed it. For what reason? For a tool that does not want to act. With a god that is silent. I don't know why I am still on this adventure with you. These travels have been exhausting. And now I learn that my god might be evil in playing all of us. What am I supposed to do, Carrick? How would you react if Goyben you became some evil monster that wanted to destroy everyone you knew?
I would attempt to spit in his face and tell him that I'm coming for him.
Of course you would, Carrick.
I'm
That
not
is
saying
how
it
you
would be
respond to
successful.
these problems. I do not spit, Carrick. I do not have the capacity.
Look, regardless of Savras's intention, Savras is giving you power. Goibniu has taken my power for now. Savras still chooses to give you power. You can use it as you will, until such time that it changes. If Savras is one of the architects behind all of this, at least the evil part of it, then by the end of this, we'll be able to give a nice big middle finger to Savras and tell it to go fuck off. If Savras is on our side, then we apologize for any, or at least I apologize for any slight I may have said.
Maybe we'll do that, Garrick. I need to think more. Thank you for assisting me.
Yep. For what it's worth, additionally, while I can't magically enhance your armor anymore, get back to the market, there should be access to areas where I can smith and we can still see about enhancing your armor from a practical standpoint. Perhaps if we have some time after I trained with one of the members during the day, later in the evening, I can take a look and see if there's at least any way that I can theorize making you a little more sturdy.
Carrick, could I request something from you?
Yes.
If I happen to die, Flint has this awful sentimentality. I do not care about the other golems, or what happens to my corpse. Will you smelt us down and make weapons? That is the most optimal way to keep you alive.
If I need to.
Thank you, Carrick. I'm going to go look into other minds now. Good night.
He starts to slowly rotate his head back and forth until it sockets back in.
Carrick.
His...
Oh, sorry, go.
Oh, and the helmet just kind of like squeezes off of him and then falls over to the side as his head retracts.
Carrick takes his shield back and he nods
Just
Other
practicing
than-
my weapons.
Yeah, other than what I said about the trainings and asking Kira, nothing else. Yeah. Shooting through the wind and all that.
He's spending time with Gage the Two Minds, and if someone would pop down, he might have a conversation with them. But he's mainly just Gage the Two Minds in because he has a lot of fucking ground to cover. Yeah, that's what I catch him, of course. He'll wait. He'll give it a second.
Just stand behind him very close. Wait.
Just looming over him.
Okay, I'll finish and then. Hey everybody, do you need help?
No. I was.
He's like waiting for him to finish his like
You know, he
whizzing off
finishes.
the phone to the ship.
He finishes, puts his pants back up, and then turns to him. So what's up?
I was curious how it was going with character training and all.
What? Sorry?
Character training. I was wondering how it was going. Same with Damien. The sparring.
Yeah, it's been going okay. Carrick already has a lot of stamina. He lacks a lot of proper strength, but hopefully in time he'll fix that with actually skill at weapons. Like, you can be a big ass dragonborn, but if you don't know how to wield your weapon, you're dead anyway. So maybe we'll fix that. Damien is already a very good soldier. He'll master the shield in no time.
Abot's starting to gesture for him to follow, and he starts walking up deck.
Alright, Flint's gonna follow.
Do you think one day he could become as strong as you?
Who?
Carrick.
Well, it'll take him more 50 years. And it will be a much worse regiment if he wants to be as strong as me. I do not recommend what I had to do to anyone.
Well, he has his whole life ahead of him. He's still young, no?
He's a child.
At the point where they're reaching the top of the stairs, looking up at the sky, what sort of day is it? Abot he keeps walking with Flint until they reach the edge of the ship, looking out upon the ocean. Is there anything of note, or is it just miles and miles of blue?
This is more like how I thought our journey would go. Just being on a boat. Not really killing dozens of Stillenstians or dealing with slavery.
I was imagining something calmer too. I haven't brewed anything in months.
Yeah, I haven't done a questionnaire in I don't even know how long.
He's just like leaning back and looking up at the sky as well now.
It's funny that I left to avoid becoming what I ended up becoming. Just one more dwarf with all of its weapons bloodied. But we do what we have to.
It is funny how fate works like that.
Yeah, some things you can't avoid. But we'll do fine. If nothing else, the fight at that canyon and we being at such an extreme disadvantage and still pulling through. I don't know, like, we started up being this group of idiots who would not cooperate for anything in the world.
This is true.
We're gonna pull through.
We have gotten good at it. Killing. Although, we did get to see the Displacer Beasts, or Blink Panthers. It did not matter. But that was an interesting sight. Those are the kind of animals I thought we might see, much less fight. The world is a very strange place.
Fully honest, those Displacer Beasts were as weird to me as that weird snake rat you guys call the weasel.
Gom was also very strange. I guess we have seen oddities on this journey.
Quite a few. And got to learn a lot more. I wasn't expecting people to be so...
Avot rotates his head towards front.
so terrible. Mostly. Even me. I was but I guess the world above is different.
Is it more peaceful below?
Well, despite not having enjoyed it too much, people are a bit more cordial, and the first response to everything isn't so aggressive and tends to not end in bloodshed. Definitely not as often. You have a brother and he needs something, you give it to him. You extend your hand whenever it's needed. You protect, protect the right to believe. You overall just have to do your best. And here, no one does their best for the whole. Everyone just is looking out for themselves and the ones next to us, which is why I said that I kind of became the same.
I understand, Flynn.
Avot's just staring up at the sky now.
Flynn,
Yeah?
have you ever considered what Goibenyu said to Garrick?
Several times, yeah.
About smelting the golems down, I mean.
If he tried to put a hand on you, he'd lose it very quick.
Flynn, I want you to be safe. I want to make sure that you survive through this. The same with Kira and Damien and Garrick. If our best chances are destroying me and the other golems, I do not know if I would object. I'm not as strong as Garrick was with Goibenyu's magic. and the full support of Goivenyu and Freya would be more valuable than me with my silent god and corruption that is killing you. I do not know if I'm an asset in comparison, Flint.
I completely disagree. Even if
Why?
we just look back, like, even we just go practicality, we're going full back, Captain List would not be dead if it wasn't for you. A lot of
Yes.
things would have gone much different if you weren't there. And
But Captain
I don't
List,
care. I don't care about if betting better weapons gives me a better chance of survival. Simple as that. If you're not there, my chances of survival are lower because I rely on you just as I rely on most of our group.
Flint,
And
my corruption is now killing you. And
we
I do
have
not
ways
know
to
how to
deal.
solve it. I wanted to ask my god because he made this tool.
At this point, his back to rotated. He leans forward again, gripping onto the rails on the side of the boat, and is now just looking out at the open ocean.
I was going to ask my god, who made this tool that is corrupting me, how to cleanse you. And the god does not even respond, Flint. I do not know if I can justify my value within this group when I am actively hampering 3 out of its 4 members.
No,
Kira, Carrick, and you.
you have not actively hampered Kira or Carrick. And even me, if you didn't do what you did, I would be dead. So some things come with consequences, and it's about people dealing with consequences more than it is about doing everything perfectly. You can never perform an operation without expecting problems to come. And even if I have to, we'll figure it out. We'll see if the wolves can cleanse me. We'll look into other options. And you don't need your god to be an asset, nor Carrick. You are already incredible. If you're chosen, you're chosen. Fantastic. I'm not chosen. I can still do a million things. And so can all of you.
That is true. I guess we need to get to training Carrick. We need everyone at full capacity now. Thank you
Well,
for talking, Flint.
it's all good. Thank you for also snapping at me when we were back at camp. I needed to hear it.
You're welcome.
We'll get through it.
He's just gonna be sitting there now.
I also explained to him that I still follow a god. I just don't call upon his power, and I find it in myself. At this point, I'm probably focusing a lot on dodging attacks if anyone wants to take swings at me. Oh. Yeah.
I would like to compare the coastline to the ones on all my maps. Yeah, it's more of just like a map maker's eye. She's like, this is how I would draw it. Does it look a lot like, yeah. Gotcha.
Flint would like to speak to Carrick's girlfriend, Elitheriel. Sorry.
Beck.
Okay. Is it okay if I'd like to go there and knock on the door? Hi. Listen, I have a question to ask. You're from the market, right? Do you happen to know where the Council of the Dwarves is held? I know it's a big, big place. I see. Long story, but yeah. Listen, I can't. I'm not the best in words, and I'm not going to be able to make you feel better. But if nothing else, Garrick's a fantastic person, and he's saved my life a couple times. So, okay, bye. Literally just awkwardly walked away.
Um,
Smooth.
can I talk to the little girl? Okay.
Stranger danger.
Is she like up here where she normally is? Okay. Hi there. What's your name? What do you do on the ship, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, my apologies. Never mind then. Bye. I'm not pushing it. I leave. I'm not fucking with her. Little girl, scary eyes, drinking wine. Weird. Bye.
So Ava's gonna do two things today. The first one, basically, the part of this is sending. So Abot's going to send a sending spell to the handler that Abot had been working with previously. God, I don't have
Kenta.
Kenta, thank you.
Mhm.
He's going to send them a sending, and it's going to say, going to Carnegie still corrupted. How do I prevent air units from recognizing me? Question mark. It's 25. Abot sends another sending. They will be corrupted. Then may destroy temple or attack people. Very important that we don't corrupt other golems. He waits an hour. Oh, he waits an hour to get spell slots back. Kenta, this is important. All caps. I okay. He will just wait for a response. He'll wait another hour and a half. And then send another message because I don't think he can send sendings to me. Any updates? Question mark. At the end of, I think he had. Let me just look it up. Let me just look it up. I'm not. I don't want to give you false information. I think he has to respond immediately. He just every hour he'll send another any updates question mark. Yep. Oh, you're cutting out a little bit. What was that? You cut out hardcore. I don't know what you just said. No, I heard
Sounded
RTTS
fine for
says
me.
we'll meet you. It might just be on my end. We'll meet you at where? Um, this is on the last day, correct? Okay. Within a day, docks within market? Question mark. Okay. And then Abot is going to move up to the captain, and he's going to basically try to find them and approach them, and ask them some things.
Oops, sorry. I would like to, in the mornings, invite Irithiel to like basically just knock on her door and ask her if she wants to come to training.
I can give you inspiration for that.
And then if she doesn't accept my offer in the evenings, just wish her good night. Yeah. Okay. Carrick, on the last day, he would say, "I love you." On the good night.
So on the. Oh wait, I'm already doing something. Never mind.
Yep, just more training.
Would my pelts have been done by now? Okay. In the evenings, I would like to, like start making one of them into a cloak.
By the way,
Um. Okay. Okay.
Oh, did I get a chance to talk to the captain before that happened? Oh, okay, cool. He's just asking her.
Hello, Captain. Where are we docking? Yes. Is there any way that you could instead dock us at the southernmost docks? That is appreciated. Thank you. That makes the most sense. Thank you for travel.
Oh fuck! Thank you for our travel. Oh my god.
So I want to try that plate armor that got repaired. Does it fit? And I know there was a lot of discussion about who was going to use that helmet. I know it's been passed around as a sensory deprivation, but if no one wants it, I'll take it. I figure I would have probably discussed that in those days. I just
Carrick would
forgot.
give it to you. Right-o. Governor.
Wowee.
Mesa?
What?
I think it was maybe.
Marketplace. The Pullock? P-U-L-U-K. Thank you.
Wow.
I have a question. I have a question. When in anyone's campaign have they been fucking choked out by their god? Get fucked, you shitters!